The Manosphere has been called so many things. A self-help movement, a support network, breeding ground for extremism. Depending on who you ask, it's either helping young men or harming them. But before we can understand what the Manosphere is, we need to understand why so many people joined it. The Manosphere emerged as a response to a growing sense of loneliness, uncertainty, and disconnection among young men. While many entered these communities in search of guidance and belonging, some of these spaces became gateways to more extreme ideas, making the Manosphere an important part of the modern radicalization pipeline. Most people don't join communities because they're searching for radical ideas. More often, they're searching for answers. Over the last several decades, many traditional sources of community have weakened. Religious organizations have seen declining participation, while local clubs and civic organizations have also become less influential, and many people report feeling socially isolated than the previous generations. But young men are no exception. Many young men report struggling with loneliness, uncertainty, and a lack of direction. Some feel disconnected from the communities that they no longer trust. Others feel like nobody is speaking directly to their experiences. For many, the internet became a place where they began searching for guidance. What is the Manosphere?
Me knowing that a lot of women are going to behave this way, I don't want it to be pre-assembled by society. I want to assemble it myself, because society tells men to follow a woman's lead. Society tells men and women are equal. Society tells men to pedestalize women. This is all backwards ideology that doesn't work in practice. It sounds good on paper, but it doesn't really work.
Actually, the term Manosphere doesn't describe one single organization. It's a collection of online communities focused on issues affecting young men. Forums, blogs, podcasts, YouTube channels, and social media influencers. Many of these spaces discuss topics like fitness, relationships, confidence, and career. For many participants, those were the main attractions, not politics, not conspiracy theories, just a promise of becoming a better version of yourself. Part of the reason why the Manosphere became so influential because its message was so simple. If you felt weak, get stronger. If you lacked confidence, improve yourself. If you felt lost, develop discipline and purpose. These ideas resonated with young men who felt they were struggling, and for some people, that advice was genuinely helpful. Exercise, routine, personal responsibility, goal setting, these are not inherently controversial ideas. In fact, many people have experienced positive changes because of them, but communities built around solving problems can also shape how people understand those problems.
The truth, when you are searching for the truth, it's always in between two opposing viewpoints. Viewpoint A, viewpoint B.
Yeah.
And the truth is somewhere in between. It may be closer to one than the other. It may be dead in the middle, but it's somewhere between them. It's very rare that the truth is absolutely one point and not the other.
As the Manosphere grew, so did the number of voices within it. Some creators focused primarily on self-improvement. Others focused on explaining why young men are feeling lonely. And that's where the conversation began to change. Some explanations emphasized personal responsibility. Others emphasized external forces, modern culture, dating norms, and social expectations, and increasingly political ideas. And resentment often attracts attention online.
Pokimane is so great at those things. I mean, Pokimane's not a content creator that talks about political issues. She really doesn't. She just tries to take low-hanging fruit, you know, like everybody agrees on this issues, and tries to grift off of it to make herself seem like she has the right opinions. Like, I mean, she's not a serious person that you would listen to for anything, right? Other than maybe were to get plastic surgery or were to buy expensive clothes, I wouldn't necessarily listen to Pokimane.
The internet rewards engagement, and emotional content tends to spread faster than nuanced content. A calm discussion rarely goes viral, but outrage, that definitely does. As social media platforms grew, the loudest voices often received the most attention. Creators who offered certainty frequently outperformed creators who offered complexity. And over time, some users were exposed to increasingly extreme content, not necessarily because they were searching for it, but because recommendations were placing it in front of them.
A lot of my chats been spamming me. They're like, oh, you're going to red pill, you're going to red pill. It's like, no, that's what it's always been. This is stuff that I've always talked about. The key missing piece of the red pill that I'm so opposed to is just they don't mention the elephant in the room, which is looks, right? There's no acknowledgement from people like Tate about the fact that you just can't overcome a lot of the genetic disparities unless you're good looking.
This is where the idea of the pipeline becomes important. Most people don't go from moderate beliefs to extreme beliefs overnight. This process is usually gradual. One video, one podcast, one recommendation, one online community, until they find themselves in an entirely different information ecosystem. It's very important to understand that not everybody follows this path. Many people consume Manosphere content without becoming politically radicalized, but enough people have followed this trajectory that researchers still continue to study the connections. The story of the Manosphere isn't simply a story about influencers. It's not just a story about podcasts or social media. It's a story about loneliness, identity, belonging, and the search for meaning in a rapidly changing world. Because if millions of people are searching for guidance online, the real question isn't why these communities exist. The real question is why people feel the need to search for them in the first place. And until those underlying conditions change, new communities will continue to emerge, new influencers will continue to appear, and new people will continue searching for answers. The question is where those answers will lead them.
But I swear it's the way I'ma have to end it quick. Can't stay another day, then again I won't blame. Playing like a game till I end up in the grave. You see the pain all across my face. I can't take it anymore, about to blow my brains.